I'll let everybody know. Very excited about this. I'll be able to do it from here, but I will make frequent trips up to New York to do the show live from up there. But you know what? I walk from there to here, and I talk for an hour a day, whatever it is, um, on a broadcast radio show. How is that not good? How could that possibly be conceived as a bad thing? But some people have decided it's not it's not a good thing. It's just they don't care, which is fine. I don't ask anyone to care about me, but it's like there are some people that just the jealousy shows through, and you got to be a prick about things. It's just the way some people operate. And the fact that trolls can so easily get to some people and just put shit up on their chat, and they lose their minds and start going off like it's gospel, like it's the God's honest truth. Of course, we have to play a little clip, don't we? I didn't even want to do this. I swear I did not want to do this. I just wanted to, little news about ABC, and then go on to the stuff I have for today's program. But there's just, I saw a clip today. I hit play, and I'm like, oh, you fucking idiot. You dope. So apologies to everybody. I will not spend as much time on it as I did, last week. But here it is. This is the Opester talking about my WABC deal. He's like, I don't care if he doesn't care about it. That's fine. I don't even care if he shits on it or trashes it. But he lets these trolls control his life. And then he reads a complete fabrication because the trolls know they could get to him, and then goes off on it like it's true and calls me a liar and stuff. If you pop that up here, you could see the text there. It says, Anthony said he was offered more than $300,000 for WABC, and he will do a solo show so he doesn't have to pay anyone. You were only offered $40,000. Now, I don't even know. I don't even think Opie was offered a job over there. If he was, it certainly was not from the same people that are running the place now. Maybe when Disney owned it and he was first fired, maybe. But now it's owned by an individual owner who's a billionaire, literally a billionaire. And it's run like a mom and pop radio station, like the old days. And I know for a fact they didn't offer him anything. So maybe back in 2017, 2018, I don't even remember when he got fired from Sirius, but maybe then, and they offered him what he said, 40,000 or something like that. Good, fine, take it. You got a lot of money. Money shouldn't really mean that much to you. If you want to do something, you should do it. But Opie said he just turned him down, man. Turn him down, man. I, for one, have never discussed anything about money for this deal. I haven't said a word about how much I'm making with this deal. Never mentioned it. But this troll guy, and I can't blame him. I mean, how do you not go after a guy that falls for it every fucking time? There's not one word of money that I've discussed about this whole thing. I defy you to find it. You will not find it because I have not discussed a word about money with this. But the Opester, because this guy said it, thinks I went somewhere or got online or did a chat or whatever it is and said I was offered $300,000. So now he's going to talk about me like I actually said it and call me a liar. Never said it. Watch this douchebag.
John Leggy. Anthony said he was offered more than $300,000 for WABC, and he will do a solo show, so he doesn't have to pay anyone. You were only offered $40,000. You know, Anthony's lying. He's
I'm lying.
simply lying. WABC does not have $300,000 for Anthony, but whatever, man. Whoa, what was that? Oh, my phone. A lot of people are asking, are you jealous that Anthony Cumia is back on radio? And my thought is this. After 11 years since Anthony ruined the best radio show in America, the Opie and Anthony show, he's the reason the show ended because he couldn't help it with his stupid racist crap. After 11 years of running a small-time media company into the ground where he was bleeding money, Anthony Cumia is making his triumphant return to part-time AM radio, and I'm supposed to be jealous. No, of course I'm not jealous. What year is this? Oh my God, I'm making my triumphant return to CB Radio. I'm going to have a handle. My handle's going to be Greg Shells, and I'm going to be heard on Channel 19 as I make my triumphant return to CB Radio. Of course I'm not jealous. And he's lying. He's not making $300,000 at ABC. There's not even a chance. Lies, 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 yeah. Lies, 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 yeah. Who did that? Lies, lies. Oh, the Thompson twins. Oh, my God, that's a deep cut. That's a deep cut on your home of rock and roll. Whatever, man. We live in a world where people just make up shit. So what are you going to do? But that's my thoughts on Anthony going back to radio after 11 years. 11 years after blowing up the Opie and Anthony show because he couldn't help himself with his race crap. After 11 years of a failed small-time media company, he's going back to AM radio, and I'm supposed to be jealous. No. And no.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Wow. Amazing. What were 30 people watching? His 30 friends that he names every single one of them when they pop up on the screen. Like I said, the trolls they know they can get to him. They just get to him. And he responds, plays right into their hands like an idiot. And the stuff about, Compound, say what you want. I had a business. I still have a business. I'm working with Compound Censored now. And Compound Media was great. Went for 10 years. Yeah. Toward the end, the overhead was crushing me. I just couldn't afford everything we were paying out. Some of the deals that were set up for bandwidth and shows and things like that, that was all in Keith's hands, and I don't blame him. He was a cop, not a fucking general manager of a broadcast company. It was a bunch of cool people, friends, hanging out, having a great time for 10 years. And we made money, and then toward the end, it was costing money, but I didn't care. I have money, and it was fun, and I enjoyed being around the people that worked there. They were happy. I paid everybody. Never got in a situation where they had to wait for their pay. Never happened. And it was fun. And 10 years that's a pretty good stint. Pretty good timeline for running any business, quite frankly. And especially when you compare it to anything he's done. Anything. Like, what are you getting out of it? What did you do? What have you done? What chances have you taken? What innovation and reinventing of yourself have you done? None. Zero. He's the exact same dope he's been for decades. No bravery, no courage to step up and actually take a chance on yourself. say, yeah, I like doing this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to build something out of it, like I did, and like Jimmy does, Jim Norton. He didn't like the deal they were giving him over at SiriusXM, and he said, he could have stayed there and pocketed more money. And I'm sure Jim's done very well saving his money, and didn't have to go on to something else. But he was like, yeah, I'm just not into this, and I have other ideas of things I want to do. And you take the chance and you do it. And he did. He's got Jim Norton Can't Save You. Funny show, takes callers, gets great guests. He got a lot of publicity in all the newspapers. He had one of these Santos, I guess, one of the politicians on, talking about who was the smelliest person in Washington, D.C. Yeah. And who was it? That big fat load. I keep thinking Adam Schiff. I bet he stinks too. I bet Adam Schiff stinks too. Anyway, yeah, it's about taking chances, betting on yourself, going like, yeah, I have faith in myself that I can do this. You want to stagnate for decades. That's your prerogative. Good luck. Good luck with it. Have fun. But as far as radio goes, yeah. Why wouldn't I want to get back into broadcast radio when I do this? It's not anything different. I'm not going to have to stop doing this show. I do this. I will still be here Monday through Thursday, 4:30 to 6 p.m. Eastern time. And nothing on this show is going to change. All the same topics and all the same controversial subject matter and talk. And I'll do the show with Gavin on Wednesdays. Everything is the same. But to have a platform that reaches a shitload of people on broadcast radio, and they syndicate to 388 stations across the country. So there's that. Again, bet on yourself. You do well, and that's an option. Once you get your foot in the door, you don't know what's going to happen next. And if you have faith and confidence in yourself and know that you're good, things happen. And you get better things, better gigs, other gigs, more interest. It's just part of what people do, what normal thinking fucking people do. If you want to give up at 61 years old or whatever he is, you want to just give up and go, radio. I don't really need a podcast. I just turn on a mic. I'll just talk in front of my window to 30 people. If that's what you want to do, that's great. But other people actually want to do something and show themselves and the people that have supported them over the years that you're still in this. You're still motivated, want to do something. And, I have the podcast. So what else could I do? Radio calls to offer me a job? Yeah, I could do that. I got to come in here earlier and do an hour and then take a little time. And then I come back and do this show. 2.5 hours of work. Is that really they offered me 40,000. I said no, because he thinks, he's the great Opie. And it's insulting for him to be offered such a measly pittance of money. Unless, of course, it's him streaming. Then he's literally begging for change. For change. Literally. So, and the other thing, I said I haven't even addressed money to anybody. I won't. I don't do that. I never did. until after years after gigs. I talked about NEW, and I don't even think I talked about SiriusXM. But if it's pertinent to a story or something, maybe. But at this point, I don't just talk about financial deals that I have going. But here's a fact: money was not my motivation here. They offer you money, and it wasn't like, geez, see here, like the Opester there saying 40,000. I'm the great Opie from the Opie and Anthony show. How dare you insult me? First of all, you're damaged goods. You said it yourself. I was damaged goods. I get it. You know, I spoke openly and honestly about a problem in New York City. That's what I did. That was my great fucking problem. The race stuff that he says, that was my issue. That was my crime. I was assaulted in New York City and dared talk about the problem with violence in New York City and within the black community in New York. I talked about it and I tweeted about it, and that was my big fucking crime. And over the course of 11 years, I think I've been vindicated there too, because all you see now, everyone's acknowledging it now. Finally, I was the only one that said something back then, and I paid the price. Now, I defy you to find anyone that would really be afraid to address that issue and go, yeah, there is a problem. So that was my crime. I didn't photograph a coworker taking a shit in a bathroom stall. That wasn't my crime. I didn't put the camera over the top of the stall while someone's trying to relieve themselves and snap a picture of it. And then the build up to that also, saying that he was going to take the whole summer off. I'm taking the summer off. I'm Opie. I can do whatever I want. And then Jim and Sam took over the show. And when he came back, all right, I'm ready to go back to, they're like, yeah, well, we don't have that slot anymore. It's not open. You could take like afternoons or whatever he took. I don't know, midday, mornings. And then, you know, whoever he could use for that year, that was his show. It failed miserably. He talks all the time about how, you know, when I had Sherrod and Carl and all these guys, like, oh, we were fucking doing great. And it's you could see it. You could look that up. He was not doing great. No one cared. No one was listening. Just like they are now. If he had a great show going, why doesn't he now? Why do 30 people watch his show? 30 people. And the only time he gets any kind of numbers that aren't completely embarrassing on his videos are when he just clips an old O&A video just from our show. It's actually copyright infringement, but he puts that up. And the other time when he talks about me or Jim Norton, that's it. He will get 100 views on any of his dopey videos that he's going to be the next Instagram star. He's going to be the next YouTube influencer being goofy and wacky around New York City. It's fucking embarrassing. So when he talks about me and Jimmy, Jimmy's got amazing self-control, because I just can't. Jimmy will not mention that motherfucker on any of his things, his shows, anything. He just does not mention Opie. I know personally he cannot fucking stand him, but he just will not take any bait. I, on the other hand, have less control. When he talks about this and says I'm a liar because a troll said I said something about money, I have to. I just have to. I'm compelled to call him out for the imbecile that he is and displays himself as all the time. So that's, kind of where we're at. That's what he's such an idiot. I'm doing the ABC thing because I want to, because it seems fun and exciting. There's good people over there. It's a great, different type of outlet from this show. It reaches people. You do things on those shows on broadcast radio, it makes news. You get your name out there. You get access to interviews that I would never get here doing this show. There's a distinct possibility I could be talking to Donald Trump on ABC. There are quite a few hosts on that station that do interviews regularly with Donald Trump. Other, politicians, newsmakers. There's opportunities like that. It's not about how much did they offer you. Are you doing it? Opie knows how much money I made. I've made my money. I'm very comfortable, thank you. I've been very lucky and blessed over the course of my radio career, and with some amazing people that we were surrounded by that knew that we were probably not the most responsible people with money. So they made sure that that money was put away and would last a lifetime. So I'm not doing things for money. I do this. It makes money. Great. I'll do ABC. I get paid for it. Great. But I genuinely enjoy this. It's fun. I did, Bob Levy's show yesterday. I do Shuli's show regularly, and I'll pop in on WATP, Chrissy Mayer's show, Garrett and Steve. I just like this. I don't think he can fathom that type of thing. What is enjoyment? You do something because you like doing. What is that like? What does that feel like? Firing up a camera and a mic and talking about things and talking with other people that do this, or friends, or people in the news. What is that like to enjoy? What is that? That's like Opie. He's just a miserable person. And I just, I don't want him spreading that misery over what I do. Like I said, it's terrible I even have to bring it up, but it's, one of my foibles. I just can't, leave it alone, leave it alone, leave it alone. I just can't leave it alone. So I had to address it, but that's pretty much where I stand on that one. I'm doing ABC Radio. I'll have more details tomorrow about schedule. And I'm doing it, because like this, I enjoy doing it. And there are opportunities there because I'm not just hanging it up and, driving my kids to birthday parties at 61 years old. It's not my ambition in life. I haven't given up to broadcast to 30 fucking people in front of a window with a shitty camera and a crappy microphone and no material. Thank you.